Hello, my friends. I know that we're all aware of the national emergency that has obviously transpired across our country with only 4 states that have not been infected with the coronavirus as of yet. I want to just remind you again, and I want to share some very important information. And then in a moment, you're going to hear our plan and strategy as a ministry to care for you, to care for the community, and to care for those truly across the globe who are scared because of this virus. I was reminded today in my reading that 2 Corinthians 10 tells us, "For although we live in the natural realm, we don't wage a military campaign employing human weapons, using manipulation to achieve our aims. Instead, our spiritual weapons are energized with divine power to effectively dismantle the defenses behind that which people hide." Our battle is not against flesh and blood. Our battle is not against even a coronavirus. But this is a time in our history where we need to come together, but how we come together is critical. The governor of our great state of Colorado, Governor Jared Polis, of course, our president of the United States, Donald Trump, and our elected officials have recommended that we do everything in our power as a church to protect you, and that's what we're going to do. So we have decided to cancel all live services, but to go virtual in everything that we do. Now, don't let that bother you, that word cancel. We're going to still be doing everything we do as a ministry, but we're going to do it through virtual reality. We're going to do it online. We're going to do it through Facebook Live. And there's some things that I need you to do as a ministry. Now, obviously, if you're watching, you have Facebook Live, or you have subscribed to our YouTube channel. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can do all of what you do through our gracechurchco.com website. Our platforms are very simple. We've been on virtual church for many, many years, live stream for over a decade. And so we're ready for this. We're prepared. And as a ministry, we want to assure you that we will be here to care for you. We're also going to do some things that are very tangible, but I'm going to let those on my staff who are leading these efforts say just a few words in a moment. So please stay with this video to the very end. Now, I ask that you get on Facebook Live, and then I also ask that you do this. If you know people in this church, in the community that are not on Facebook, I'm gonna ask them to get on Facebook during this pandemic. It's kind of a main means of communication. You just get alerts. It says Grace Church is going live, and you'll see us, you'll hear from us, and we'll have a chance to communicate with you. You'll be able to communicate back to us. Now, I realize this kind of violates everything I've said for many, many years, which is don't do church business on Facebook, use the email or the website. But crazy times like this demand radical steps, and we're going to take every radical step possible to love you. So we'll continue our services at 5 o'clock on Saturday night, Sunday, 8:15, 10 o'clock, and 11:45. Our worship team will be here. Our multimedia team will be here. I will be here. And we will present the services in their entirety as we always do. We have some very special worship this weekend just because of this coronavirus and the fear that seems to be causing extreme pandemonium. In saying all of that, I also want you to know that staying connected is going to not just be available for adults, but for our children and our teenagers. And as I mentioned, in a moment, you'll hear from our family ministry and youth pastor who will share what we're doing and a little bit about how to stay connected. As a ministry, it is critical that we have the resources necessary to help those around us. We're already seeing that certain elements, and necessary resources at the grocery store are running low. I don't believe we're standing on the edge of some national disaster. I've heard from professionals that say we'll have plenty of food, but there are products like toilet paper that are disappearing quickly off the shelves. Toiletries, children's baby formula, diapers. So what we'd like to do is rally the masses of members here at Grace Church and any of you who watch us globally to sort of help pool our resources. And we will go out and we will buy those products and we will create care packages that people can drive up to the church, literally get them from a person who is covered in, I guess we'll just call it an astronaut suit. We'll cover them, believe me. And we'll make sure that there's nothing that hasn't been sanitized, or we'll put them somewhere where you can literally just pull up and grab them yourself. We haven't worked out all the details, but we are here to help you, to care for you spiritually, emotionally, and physically. You can count on this ministry, Grace Church of Arvada and Grace Global Ministries, being here through this scary time. Now, here's some things you can do. You can pray, you can plan, and you can pursue God in these moments. You have a chance to be with your family like never before. A chance to bring the kids home. I know I'm flying my son Jared home first thing in the morning from California. Many of you have flown your children home from college. Others of you have kids. All of us have children who are no longer going to school for maybe the rest of the semester. I know there's been some devastating things that have happened that have hurt your hearts, some changes to our entire way of life. But that's what Americans do when tragedy strikes. We make the concessions necessary so that we can fight this issue, gather together, and become stronger afterwards. And the only way that's possible is through the power of Jesus Christ. In a moment, I'm going to come back with a few of my ministry leaders, and on behalf of the entire amazing staff at Grace. I have to tell you, you won't find a better staff in the world. They've been here all day and every day preparing for this tragedy and this challenge. And they're going to be here through it. And in a moment, you'll get to hear from a few of them. But I want you to also know the simplest way to get connected was through something that a gal on our staff, Esther, and the media team prepared for last weekend. So here's a chance to see this. If you've seen it, watch it again. Make sure you have gone through the checklist and signed up for the platforms necessary for us to communicate to you. And then I'll be right back after you hear from Esther to share just a few more thoughts. So don't tune out. Take a listen to this.
Hi everyone, my name is Esther, and today I'd like to show you some amazing things you can do with the Grace Church mobile app. First, let's look at how to download it. If you don't have the Grace app, go ahead and take out your cell phone. Once you're ready, simply text the words Grace Church CO app to the number 77977. You'll receive a text back almost immediately with a link to download the app from whatever app store your phone uses. Once you have the app, there are tons of things you can do, like catch up on past messages, learn more about our various ministries, get notified of church-wide events, and more. One of the newest things we've launched are our monthly impact cards. You can see the impact card on the home screen of the Grace mobile app, as well as navigate to it by clicking the More tab and then tapping on Impact. There are 3 categories of impact that you'll see: goal, generosity, and new believers. The goal is what we need each month to keep Grace Church and our over 50 ministries thriving. This goal works towards the practical needs, like electricity and water, but also allows us to bless those in need that come through our doors. Thanks to your faithful giving, the generosity number reflects the amount contributed each month to what God is doing at Grace. Lastly, you'll see the new believers column. This number is the amount of people whose lives have been changed by the gospel and our adult services on the weekends. Just imagine how high this number is when you include our various other services throughout the week. We want to challenge you to check the impact cards every single month. Be sure to set a reminder on your phone to see what God is doing at Grace and pray for these goals the first week of each month. If you would like to join us in making an impact, both inside and outside the walls of Grace, there are 2 easy ways for you to give through the Grace Church mobile app. You can text the words "Give Through Grace" to the number 77977 for a direct link to give online. Or you can give easily through our app by tapping on the Give tab. You'll automatically be redirected to our giving platform, where you can easily set up a one-time or recurring gift at the frequency of your choice. I love that you can set up a recurring gift. It's so convenient for my husband and me to give consistently without having to think about it. It's generosity made simple. Just type in the amount you'd like to give, choose the frequency you'd like to give, pick a start date, a giving type, and click Next. If it's your first time giving online, you'll need to set up your payment details and verify your account. Simply follow the prompts to complete your generous act of worship. Thanks for taking the time to download the app, check out our impact cards, and get connected through giving at Grace.
Wow, so great. Now make sure you take those steps because we are going to pool our resources to care for this community like never before. And none of us really knows what's going to happen, but this staff has been committed to making sure that your family, from the babies all the way up to those who are in shut-ins and in nursing homes and care centers, are cared for by us. And I'm going to let a few of our staff just mention very briefly who they are and what they'll be doing during this pandemic.
Hi, I'm Brooklyn, the pastor of Family Ministries and Student Ministries, and we're super excited. We're going to be creating a kid and youth experience online, so definitely connect to that. It's going to be the same way you do through the adult experience, and you can also connect to our Facebook and Instagram pages.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm Wes Porter. I'm the small groups pastor here at Grace, and I just want to encourage you guys to continue meeting virtually through Zoom, Skype, or even FaceTime if necessary. At this point in time, it's really important that we remain in community, and also remember that we are the first providers for our group, or the first responders rather. And please stay alert to communication, as we will be counting on you guys for outreach support. Thank you.
Amen.
Well, hello, Forever family. I am Barry. I am the pastor of Celebrate Recovery here at Grace. We know that Celebrate Recovery is a lifeline for a lot of you, and any of the changes, any of the notifications we will have will be done on our website. So check it out.
Hello, everyone. I'm Scott, pastor of Care here at Grace Church. And so for those of you who need some counseling or phone calls of prayer, know that you can email or we can meet virtually as well if there's any need that you need. So please know that we're still available for you.
Hi, Grace family. I'm Vicki. I'm the pastor of Serving and Volunteer Care here at Grace, and we love our Grace volunteers. Some of you have been calling in asking what you can do during this time, and while we'll miss seeing you on the weekend, we want to encourage you in a couple ways. One is reach out to your neighbor. Right where you're at, there's needs right in front of you, and we can check out and check on them and offer food and just encouragement right where we're at. And the other thing is watch our website, watch our Facebook page. We will have opportunities to reach out to the community around us, and I know you'll want to participate in that.
Yeah.
Hey, Grace Church. I'm Jason. I'm the pastor of worship. And I just want to encourage you to continue to seek online and connect with us online for the weekend services. Also, we're gonna be, stay tuned because we're going to be doing some worship stuff midweek as well coming up here. We're really excited about that as well. So stay tuned.
On behalf of this staff, I want to make sure that you're also aware of the fact that we will be providing encouragement on a daily basis. Our Christian Ed department will be working tirelessly to create more avenues to encourage you, where you can tune in. As Pastor Jason said, you can worship, and we will continue as long as God provides for this ministry, and we believe that will be now and forever. We're going to be here to care for you. Also, Susie Glandon, who is our director and pastor of missions, global and local, is working alongside Wes to provide care packages and those packages we talked about for those who are in need during this time. And so all the resources that we can possibly pull at this time is necessary to care for you, to care for the people connected to Grace Church, and to care for our community at large. We don't know what's going to happen, but we do know who does, and that's God. He knows everything that's going to happen. This did not catch him off guard. He's not afraid, and you shouldn't be either. He says, don't be afraid. Don't be dismayed, because I'm with you. and I've got you. You know, the Bible tells us over and over and over again that the Lord is present. But now we're forced into a situation where we must believe that. And that's a good thing. Pray for our fellow churches around the country. We had countless churches reaching out this week asking how they could do virtual online church. And sadly, they're not prepared. And so we want to be there to offer a ministry opportunity for you and your family. And so here's what you can do. You can spread the word. When this video is done, I'm going to ask you to share it with your entire friend group and ask them to share it with their friend groups. This is how we get the gospel, and this is how we get the hope of God to everyone. Again, virtual ministry is the next best thing when there's a pandemic, and we're going to keep it going as long as we possibly can. And then I believe, this is my hope, that by Easter, we will come back together and celebrate what God has done. Pray for the families that have been impacted. A woman lost her life today in El Paso County who died of the coronavirus, elderly with underlying conditions. We have to watch out for our families. We have to watch out for the people around us, but we cannot be afraid. You know, death can't defeat the Christian. Disease, illness can't defeat us because Jesus died on a cross and shed his blood and washed our sins and our brokenness away. And he rose again, and he offers everlasting life to everyone who puts their trust in him. That message must go out to the masses now more than ever. Pray for our elected officials. Pray for those in leadership. Pray for your fellow churches. Be faithful in your giving. Be faithful in your prayers. Be faithful in your worship. And we will see a mighty revival sweep not only this country, but the globe. I'm so grateful to our staff. I'm so grateful to those who are leading our staff. And I'm so grateful to be your pastor. You know, it was our 31st anniversary on the 12th. And God decided that we were going to celebrate it with one of the biggest challenges in the history of our ministry. Guys, we've been through many, but none have looked quite like this one. And you know what? Each time we've seen more people come to Christ and more lives changed. I expect that now. I'm not afraid. I'm anticipating God's greatness in this time, and you should too. We'll see you tomorrow for the services and on Sunday. Tune in. Share it with the family. Get ready for the kids' experience and the youth experience, and be a part of Grace Church online. Love you guys. See you soon.